So Spotlight has continued to remain flat on the YM. It's kind of interesting. Market's extremely volatile with no real direction. Pretty treacherous, actually. And I like that Spotlight stayed flat so far. Just a quick look. This is a nice trade right here, but there's just no way to grab it. There's no setups that match that. It's just one of those sell-offs that happens, and you know, we're looking for odds on our side. Meanwhile, you got the squeeze zone preventing these long trades. So the squeeze zone working really nice. I'm going to get into this one if I can. And since it already triggered in, let's see, that's at 6.4. And I've got mine at 6.3, so I'm making it push through one tick below the low and below the. Let me get these targets in the right place and stop in the right place. 3 and target 2. All right, we'll see if that triggers in, huh? Looking at that yellow line and the lower highs and lower lows and wondering if this is going to come down and test this swing level down here and the 200, which might get me at least to money management. We'll see. But this is usually a testing area. I mean, it could find support on the 200 and move higher, but that's the first trade for Spotlight in the YM. Definitely I'm in it, so you can see. One thing I like to do, there it is bouncing off the 200. I like to mark my money management. See, so money management's at 46. So far getting as low as 52, so I've got a ways to go. 100 could throw up a roadblock, or it could take time to work through it. Let's see if we can push lower. Because of my blue lines to the left here going above the 0 line, I could get caught up in a long trade possibility. I have to be careful of that. Stop and reversals are never any fun. Yep, might happen. Well, counterpunch is not as discriminating. Spotlight's sitting there waiting for certain setups. Counterpunch is just based on, you know, exhaustion levels. It's just a totally different approach. We've seen counterpunch do very well when Spotlight is still waiting to do its thing. You know, it's just a different way of doing it. So we'll see. I mean, it might be starting to make, you see a higher low than below here, and we don't know if it's going to make a higher high or if it's going to come down and test these lows still, or it's just real tight range, choppy so far. This is just the first trade. And by the way, this is a sub-zero trade as well, because you could look and see that the green line went below the sub-zero level, the -20 level. Now I got exhaustion dots, so I got to be careful of a possible stop and reversal. And I know it's a 12 range, so 65, that would put it up to 77, 81, 83 at this point would be the stop and reverse level. I could figure it out in my head. I mean, I could move it to 83 now if I want to preempt it. You know, by doing that, you kind of save some time. Now it wouldn't be 83. Now it would be, let's see, 72. It would be 78. So 78 with the stop and reverse adjustments at this point would be, and now of course it's changing and going lower. So now the stop and reverse would be 83. I mean 73, 63. But on the other hand, might head lower. Let's see what happens. 73. I hate 73 as a place to flip over to long. Hopefully it pushes lower here. So I'm in this trade. This is a real money trade. Let's see if we can get to at least money management. It did just make a new swing low, barely. It's got to work through that 200 moving average. It's funny how those lines mark price points that require energy to get through. Kind of stuck in the middle here. Now I have to start thinking about that. Well, there won't be a stop and reverse now because there's too many bars. I mean, I need to get 3 more dots. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's already 5 bars over from that third dot. So now there is no stop and reverse possibility. What's the rest of the team doing? All right, making some movement here. Looks like the NQ is trying to get lower on a short setup there. The ES is pushing lower. There's money management. So getting to money management, and now I'm going to go to 62 because I got in at 63. Made that 1 tick adjustment, and I've gone far enough to cover my costs. It comes back up again. So I got a free trade working. Let's see if we can get lower. Nice to be one and done. And stop move to
Order
62
filled.
because of where the, there it is. All right, target 2 reached. I'm tempted to take my target 3 off and just trail in case this is a bigger move. And the reason why I say that is because of the position of the 50 moving average starting to bend down. If it continues down and crosses over and we get an extended move, I want to take advantage of that. And I've got a free trade and I've already hit my target 2. So maybe I'll just see if I get lucky and can hit a runner here. At target 4, I might consider tightening up my stop. That would have been target 3, by the way. So I hope I didn't make a mistake by not taking my profit there. Target 3 would have been good. I mean, 42 ticks. Never going to complain of that. And I'm giving up a lot of profit at this point from where my stop is to where the price is. Let's see if it can break lower. I am hiding above the 200, and I'm expecting it to maybe come up and retest that 200. I mean, this is all free money, right? Because I've already hit my goals. I've already hit the target 2. So now it's just a matter of if I could stay in an extended move or not. Normally I'd hide the stop above my 200, but because I've got the signal line in the way already, the balance line, and this is going to end up, and there's a swing level there at 48, so I feel pretty good at least where it is. If it's going to stop out, it's going to stop out. Hopefully it finds some resistance and starts heading lower. Nope, this might get me here. Probably on a day like this where it's a lot of backfilling and no real commitment one way or another, loading up on the fixed targets is probably higher odds of making more money than trying to catch a trailer. But you get these breakout moves that can happen, and when that 50 moving average is starting to angle down like that, it could be the beginning stages of an extended move. It looks like it's going to get me here, though. Oh, so far so good. I think I'm going to get stopped out. If I keep saying that, maybe reverse psychology will keep me in the trade. Wishful thinking, right? Look at that. Should I move my stop down? I'll probably get stopped out. But I mean, that's 5 more ticks. I don't want to make a 5-tick adjustment on my stop from 46 to 51. If it was 2 ticks, maybe 3, I'd leave it. But 5 ticks? Nah. If it's going to stop me out, then it's going to stop me out. If it moves lower, great. I think I'm going to get stopped out. I keep saying that. I mean, the goals are reached. This is another winning session, one and done on the YM with Spotlight. There it is. All right, so, and look at that. I would have got stopped out. I made 5 more ticks just by following the stop. But I would have done better, wouldn't have I, if I just would have stayed at target 3. Look how perfect that hit target 3. It went through by 1 tick. Would have been filled for sure. Way more profitable. I mean, where I got stopped out wasn't even target 1. It was at money management. That's a big difference percentage-wise. So it's a good example where the trailer isn't always the most profitable thing to do. And normally I go with the fixed targets because of just the way the markets have been. Now later in the morning when we get those big moves that occur, a lot of those reversing trades, if I'm trading then, I'll probably try to trail. And the only reason why I try to trail here is because I know this could lead to something rather large, even though I figured the odds today were maybe not so great, just because if you look at that .D chart again, the .D chart, you could see the tightness of the range. And I was just hoping that there would be a breakout. But I actually had to get through, well, I'll show you what I'm talking about.